left my windows down last night in my car in the middle of a thunderstorm. Tina texted me this morning. She's like, yeah, thunderstorm last night. You left the back window open. I said, fuck me. All right, folks, welcome in. This is Life on the Inside. I'm Pecs.
Noey here, a.k.a. the hairless bear, a.k.a. the bear that don't care.
No one calls you that, but we got a banger for you today. And after the last two work bangers, we got a banger, and here's why. I'm an idiot. I'm going to double check my work today. You may have noticed there's a couple pauses in the last two episodes. That's because I thought I was perfect and didn't double check my work. So, in a rush to get you guys some tunage, I just got
don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. This is crafting the Mona Lisa. This is a lifelong marathon. Okay, don't be an idiot. And then myself included, I will also listen a little closer.
It's okay. Other than that, we are going to have some bangers today. The topics are going to be interviews and firing people. Hired just to get fired is the title of the episode.
Perfect. Tells it straight to your face there. Hired to get fired. We're going to take you through some of our first interviews where we went some really pretty, we'll just call them dumb things to say during interviews. And then we're going to go into some of our best firing stories, folks. And these are something to document and take in. We hope to enlighten you and take you down a fun little path of Billy, Kelly, Shauna, and Al.
So start taking notes because here we go. Hopefully we help you land your next job and don't be like some of these people that we're going to talk about later. Noah, take us off. What's going on here? Tell us about interviews.
So I kind of want to take you to my first interview, and it was a doozy. About 16 years old, sadly, my brother was like, yeah, come on up here, work here. You could start out, you work up to be a server. And I was like, all right, cool. I walk in and just shut down. I was weird. I was awkward. I remember he took me over to just some random spot. We were standing up. It was so informal that I was caught off guard. And, I guess I was just weird. I didn't think I was that weird at the start, but he told my brother, he's like, yeah, man, your little brother was just weird. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I was being weird at the time, but came out weird. So that was uncomfortable. Do you have any, did all yours go swell the first time?
I only had one interview because the whole it's who you know is actually very true, especially working in the service industry because, where I'm from, everyone knows each other. Turns out my mom just knew everybody downtown. And my first interview was at a GameStop. So I had a couple, that was after Galactic Fun Zone, I think it was. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. Somewhere in there. But I went in, I was just like buying some video games, probably a new Halo. And the dude was like, or my mom was like, hey, you guys hiring? I'm like, Mom, I would like a job. The guy's like, oh yeah. So he's talking to my mom. He's like, yeah, it's going to be a surefire thing. Just come in this day for an interview. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to go work at GameStop. The interview is my first interview. So I go to the mall and I think I'm wearing just like a button down. So I go, I do the interview. We're sitting in the middle of the food court and he just asked me all the generic questions. What do you want to do with your life? Who's your mentor? Who's blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like answering him because I've never done anything. He's like, all right, cool. Thank you. Bye. I'm like, all right, cool. I leave. He never calls me back. I couldn't get a job at GameStop. You know how demoralizing that is on a 16-year-old kid? You can't get hired at a GameStop. Every other job I had, it's all about who I knew. It was either my dad, my mom. My first kitchen job, my mom knew one of the kitchen managers. He's like, hey, yo, my son needs a job. He said, okay. And I show up and I start cooking. That was that. I just showed up. So it's very important.
It is indeed.
I have done more interviews than I have been interviewed. So I know what I like. I know what I like. I don't know what other people like, but I know what I like. So hopefully other people are like me. I doubt it, because my interviews are also very impromptu and not the most what's the word I'm looking for? Conventional. I have very unconventional interviews. So that's me.
Unconventional. Are you asking people about, you know, what kind of mythical character they want to represent, what animal they would like to
once
possess?
in a while, if the conversation leads to it, because I like mine to be conversations. Yes, I'll hit those questions and everything, but like if we just start vibing and we're talking about I want to know what their favorite video game is. I want to know what they do outside of work. I want to know like that they are functional human beings. Like, what do you do? Do you sit at home and play video games all day? I know I do. It's not what I look for all the time, but people with hobbies. I like people with hobbies. I like people that can communicate. You just met me for the first time.
Right.
Are we going to have a conversation? That we're in the service industry, literally conversating and facilitating people's experiences.
Necessary.
It's very necessary. So that's why I try to make it more of a conversational piece,
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. I went through a few more. I had the pretty stationary, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you see yourself in 2 years and 5 years and things like that. I feel like it was pretty basic. You look someone in the eyes, about 30 seconds in if you like this person, if they're telling you what you want to hear, or if they're an actual genuine individual. About 95% of the time. Sometimes my blinders are on, and that will come very apparent later on in this episode.
Sometimes.
Hey, we can tally them up.
I think we're tied. I think we are tied.
Tied for bad hirees. We're working on it. We go through these things here to help you not be jackasses.
Yeah, don't be a jackass. Just be successful. Don't be a jackass. We don't want jackasses. But where we are now, we both had to go through an interview for where we are now. Noah, why don't you start us off? What did you do?
Where I'm currently at, like I said, I work. I stay pretty true to my jobs. I don't get up and leave too often, so I haven't had that many service industry jobs. But where I'm at now was a different story. I was suited up. Fun fact about this current job, my lovely wife actually one-click applied through ZipRecruiter at about 4 a.m. one evening after we figured out we were moving out to Kansas City. And what a fun fact. Not that I don't like the job, but she helped me acquire about the job. Anywho, okay. I was suited up. Same suit I wore on my wedding day, I wore to this job interview. Nice suit, man. Cheap suit, but nice suit. Okay. It was a nice suit. Fresh cut. Walked in, sat down. It was definitely a more lengthy interview. Who do you look up to? Again, where do you see yourself? But nailed it. I was well rested, polite, had charisma, made good eye contact, and landed the job, brother.
I was kind of the same story actually. Ours kind of mirrored. I remember a headhunter called me because I don't remember. I was just literally applying for everything. I wanted to get out of fast food. Not that I didn't like where I was. I love Culver's. They're a fantastic enterprise. I love everything about them. I love the people, I love the managers. It's just I wanted to get out of fast food. That's literally what it was. I got tired of smelling like grease.
For sure.
So the headhunter called me. She's like, hey, you want to possibly this place or a deli? And then Tina's like, go check it out. The worst you can say is no, because to me it sounded a little silly, the concept. But I did myself up. I went to H&M. Got a sweet shirt. It was like a pink shirt, blue pants, and some Steve Madden black shoes, fresh cut. I was trying to look fly. Suavecito. Suavecito, if you're listening, I need you to send me more Suavecito. I can't get any right now. I'm running low. I need shampoo. I need soap. Social distancing has taken its toll on me.
TM, Suavecito. Everyone get at it.
So I'm looking a hot mess. Noah can attest. I usually look pretty good. Not right now. I'm in a Galactic Fun Zone hoodie with my hair not did. Yeah, Hey, so I went in trying to look super fresh. I liked the place, and it was a very lengthy interview. But having never interviewed before, I was just myself, asking the questions. It's the cookie cutter bullshit that I think that people try to get stuck in. I'm looking forward. I'm trying to improve myself by being more organized. I'm not sure. I know I'm disorganized. Yes, I would like to be better organized, but I'm not going to use that as a way to improve myself. I just want to be better at my job. I really do. I'm a goof. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to use my mannerisms. I'm going to talk to you how I would talk to you in the workplace. I'm not trying to give you a fake facade. That's what I know. A lot of people try to give you that fake version of themselves just to find out that they're a poop sandwich. So that's
don't be a poop sandwich, people. Don't be the poop sandwich.
So just literally be yourself. I just watched The Circle, and the cat who won was this Guido dude, super sweet, and just use himself. So that's kind of my thing. Be yourself. Don't get stuck in that cookie cutter corporate, all that jazz. Be nice, be polite, make eye contact. Yes or no, sir, obviously, but be yourself. Let them know who you really are, because that might be what they're looking for is you. So it's my 2 cents on the matter.
Amen. Hey, have you ever had any just ridiculous, you said you did a lot of interviews. Have you just had any ridiculous people say some just idiotic things?
Yes, absolutely. My favorite, this was not that long ago. As always, we're hiring in the service industry. Everyone's hiring. Oh, not right now. We're not hiring. But, this girl comes in and she's like, yeah, I want to be like a host or a server or something. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, she seems sweet. We get to the part like, if you could improve anything about yourself, what would you improve? And I wasn't really vibing with her. So like when I don't vibe, I just go through the questions. But when I'm vibing, we get the convo. So wasn't really vibing. And then she said, money handling, it stresses me out. I have anxiety attacks.
Oh my gosh.
What? You want to work at a restaurant where there's lots of money handling, and
that's where you say
money.
Thank you. We'll give you a call.
That's actually my go-to. If I want to hire you, I always go like, all right, here's my card. I want to get to you. I want to set up a day for orientation. If we can't figure out something that time, if I don't like you, it's like, we got a lot of hiring right now. We make calls usually by the end of the week. If we're interested, we'll let you know. No card, no nothing. Goodbye. So that might be a telltale sign you did not get the job. So you don't get a card and they say they're going to call you later. So that's me. I like to also, fun fact, managers, hopefully you're listening, hire on the spot people you like. They might go find something else. You never know. The other day I had an interview. I said I liked her a lot, and I said, "How many interviews you had? I've had a couple. How many more do you have? I don't know, like 3 more. How about this is your last one? Would you like a job? Yes. All right, let's do the paperwork." So you never know, because someone might go those other 3 places that she went before. That she's now with me. So that's do it.
Very true.
If you like someone, hire them. Period.
Absolutely. I'm not going to top that, but I did have a very close friend tell me one of her personal interview stories. She had just graduated high school, went out to Denver, big city of Denver, Colorado, and was getting into the service industry job. And she walked in, everything's great. I'm sure she was dolled up, beautiful as ever. And they asked her, if you could be any non-fictional character, who would it be? She thought, no, actually, she said, I blurted out, Cinderella. And needless to say, she did not get a call back on that job. But that was mine. It wasn't quite as topping as this lovely.
I mean, I feel like you learn fiction and nonfiction in like elementary school. But it's also a weird phrase question. It's a weird.
It is, man. It is.
Like a historical figure or something. Like, really?
I had to think. Yeah, like, who are you going to be? What are you going to say? Jesus. I mean, yeah, non-fictional character. Do you want to say he's a character?
Yeah, I mean, he's in a book. A few books.
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Who is to say?
Excellent. So moving forward, we are going to dive into some of our most memorable firing experiences. We don't get off on this kind of stuff. Don't judge us as if we are some cruel person who looks to deliver the dagger.
Sometimes it gets a little out of control. It's funny.
Good.
I mean, it happens. Everything has a train wreck moment, and our past experiences hopefully can make you laugh. These are, I mean, they get a little crazy. They're necessary. Yes, sometimes it's necessary to trim the fat because sometimes things just get out of control.
A little chub is okay, but there's obesity out there.
There is, and we're here to trim it. We're here to trim the fat.
So take us off. I think we maybe should dive into Mr. Al.
So Al's a cat that I worked with him at Culver's. He was a grill guy. He was old. He'd been in the industry for a while, different barbecue cooking jobs. And this dude, we didn't really mesh. He didn't like me, probably because I was 22 years old and I was his boss. He didn't like that. I was like a shift manager over there at Culver's. But yeah, I remember one day it was in the middle of a very busy shift. He was working the grill slowly, very slowly. We're just trying to, get things out, get burgers out, get it all out. It's made fresh for you. It really is. So it takes a minute to get the food out. And in the middle of the shift, he's like, "Oh, Caleb, I need to go pee." So I'm like, "All right, cool, hurry up." Nothing about it. I'm like, "Yeah, go pee, hurry up." I can slide over. I'll take over the grill for a second while you go pee. I didn't think anything of it. Nothing. And he comes back from peeing. He's grouchy. I'm like, dude, you just relieved yourself. You should be feeling better, ready to go, get hydrated. Right. And so we get through the rush, and he's like, "Caleb, I don't appreciate you disrespecting me." I'm like, how did I disrespect you? We were just working through a rush. What's going on here? "I don't appreciate you telling me to hurry up to take a piss." Bro, I'm just like, I just say that, like you tell me, "Hey, I need to go grab something." "All right, cool, hurry up." That's just kind of the way I am. Like, just like, "Hey, that's my expect." Just be quick. Don't dilly dally. Be efficient. Efficiently go pee. What have you? But so he comes back. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't appreciate you disrespecting me." I'm like, "Man, I'm not disrespecting you." He's like, "My day, I would take you out back and we'd take care of this like men." I'm like, "Whoa, time out. I'm going to kill you." What? So this dude's trying to kill me. All of a sudden, I'm like, "Whoa, this escalated way too quickly." I don't understand how it went from 0 to 100, but it did because I told this man that he needed to hurry up to take a piss because, well, we're busy. And I'm like, I'm not thinking about it. So just so you folks know, when a manager says hurry up, it's just because they want you to be efficient. Don't go dilly-dallying around the building. But eventually, that stigma never left. And eventually he quit because he didn't like me. He just stopped showing up. I think he went to jail at some point too. I'm not sure what happened, but he definitely no called, no showed. So that's not necessarily a fire, but it's a man I drove to quit. So that kind of ties into the theme of me driving people to quit.
He could have just had a small medical, maybe his prostate wasn't where it used to be, and you put that pressure on him to push through that, and that could have thrown him. You never know when people are close to the edge.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I feel like he was definitely
lose my head. Yeah, see, just poor Al. Poor Al, you're a bully.
I am a bully. I'm sorry. I told a man to hurry up to take a piss in the middle of a rush because we were busy. And people wanted burgers, damn it.
This next one, what are we thinking? Shauna is ringing loud.
Oh, Shauna.
My head.
Now, just so everyone knows, neither one of us hired Shauna. Neither one of us hired Shauna. We were not about Shauna, but Shauna, tell us about Shauna. I feel like you and Shauna really connected as people.
Shauna had what you would call a hard-on for your boy. And that is not a flattering statement to either of us. But Shauna was definitely, had gone down some prior drug use. I'm going to throw it out there, okay? And it ties into the story later. Never saw it, but the effects.
It was noticed. She was not. The lights were on, but sometimes no one was there.
Correct. Someone was talking though. That's what was
something.
Some things were coming out of her mouth, but even I couldn't make them out. And I crossed some boundaries of being weird, maybe like, yeah, whoa, it's weird, but
right.
I am, and Shauna is who she is. So Shauna took about a month to even get started with us, due to some issues within her family. That's okay. Got started. Was very scary, scary to say the least. So we move on. We lose her for about a month. Somehow she's coming back like a cockroach. It is persistence.
Yeah, I remember the day she came back. I walked into the building, and I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be a good day. We make eye contact, like we make direct eye contact. I look around, like, who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this through? Twas not us. The second time,
not
either.
This guy.
Twas not either one of us. She.
We don't get to say that often. We don't get to say that often. Most of the time, it's us.
It's always us.
Sadly,
forever us. Everything that goes wrong is us.
Well, we're an easy scapegoat for sure. So Shauna comes back, and we had both been gone on vacation, kind of back-to-back weeks. Anyway, she shows herself again in the dark alleys of Lane 1, and all of a sudden, I'm stricken with fear as I have to walk past her, and I slide past the couch as if to shimmy across, and she rubs her front side against my backside to be PG about it, and I got the fuck out of there.
He got out real quick.
I did, and I ran to my GM and I said, "Hey, this cannot happen." And then
just like that.
Basically. So anyways, shortly after, she was taking care of a table, and her dentures proceeded to fall out as she began to take their order. And she was struck with shame and never returned. So, again, not one we fired, but definitely exposed.
There were warning signs. We should have known. We should have nipped it in the bud. We didn't. We let it get out of control. And, I mean,
we're getting better. That's why we learn from the Shaunas and the Als.
We learn from these people. You need to learn from these people. If you see the warning signs, let them go early. Just let them go. This episode's really for managers. So up next, let's talk about Alex. Noah, let's talk about Alex. This is one. I'm putting this one 100% on Noah.
Me?
Yes, you. This is your fault. This one's your fault. I have my fair share. We'll talk about my fair share later. But Alex came in. I wasn't really feeling Alex. Alex was definitely out there, but not like what I was looking for. And I wasn't feeling Alex, so I told Alex, no, I'll maybe call you later if we're interested in that deal. But I come back a few days later, and I see Alex in orientation. Noah, why was that?
Well, you see, it makes more sense to me now why he was staring at me. So weirdly, whenever I was asking him probably the same questions you had asked him mere 2 days prior. So I didn't know. Okay. So I dropped the ball on the communication aspect of things. But
I didn't say that I said no to this interviewee. So just saying, there's a lot of managers in there. Let everyone know. Let people know names. Have a checklist or something ready for yeses and nos, just in case they come back. Because that's something I hear servers do is they say, just show up for the interview and they'll just interview you. Sometimes that's right.
Sometimes it is, but this one was a mistake. Alex got through my interview and went into orientation, and then took 3 weeks to make it through training. It's typical 6-day measure. And this, let me back up. I went through this entire interview without knowing the gender, which is not a problem.
It's not a problem. Just, you got to be upfront. Otherwise, everyone's wondering, you create a weird atmosphere. Just be upfront.
Yeah. So didn't know. you couldn't if you can't tell on the physical appearance, then it's not. I mean, it is what it is. We're here in 2020. We're fighting Rona, and people are changing who they are born to be. So, it's not a big deal. Went through it. Finally figured out. He it's a male. He wanted a medium shirt. Fantastic. So we take about 3 weeks to push through training. Go through some really treacherous sit downs. Definitely should have cut the tie long ago.
You should have. There were warning signs.
So yes, very many warning signs. He made it through everything. He's on his own. Staff's a little concerned as he is coming out of the men's restroom. They're just questioning because they don't know.
It's never been official.
And not that you have to walk up and say, "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a male." But you could never require someone to do such a thing. Anyways, the story goes on, and it's important that we keep kind of like the concerns and blah, blah. Things go even more south, and we begin to, apply the same standards we do with everyone else as far as our image,
right?
And require him to take out his earrings because males cannot wear earrings where we work.
Right. Yeah. No big deal.
Not a big deal to most. So then he gets tired of that and decides he is now going to use the women's restroom. And he is a female now so he can wear his earrings. Her earrings.
Yeah.
So we have to switch now. I'll probably mess that up 12 more times. But
it happened all the time. We didn't know. And it created a weird atmosphere with this person. It was weird just because it was a sense of uncertainty. No one knew what to say. No one knew how to be polite because it was never concrete.
Right. And they continued on. Shortly after he began Tim Tebowing in our bistro.
Very dangerous, by the way. Very dangerous.
No judgment here. Pray if you will, to whom you shall. But dangerous. Dangerous nonetheless. You can't just hop a squat and take a knee. So Alex eventually, obviously, the warning signs were there. The maniacal ask to oneself obviously lay deeper issues within. I'm so tired of already Alex again. I feel like I might dream of Alex tonight. I've now brought him back into the existence. So anyway, that was a tough one and a big learning curve for the bear himself.
And it was just it was awkward. It didn't mesh. It was just know who you are. Decide who you're going to be.
I'm sorry to interject. They did not. I forget in my training manual where that came up. I think looking back, my standard operating procedures for trying to identify one to switch their gender back and forth and claiming assault if you walk past them, it was new to say the least.
Especially if you're Tim Tebowing in the middle of an area, I trip on you, then you're coming at me, you're mad at me. But these things aren't covered in a manual, folks.
Too close.
If things aren't working out early, just let it be known. Let it be known. Cut ties.
Document and get them TFO.
GTFO. It was just feeling it. I feel that tenseness that we felt. It's just.
So I say we lighten the mood and bring it to Billy.
Oh, Billy. Well, I'm going to start the story because I didn't really know what happened the day before I came in. I came in the open. I knew that something happened, but I didn't know the full extent of what happened. So I walk in, I'm starting to turn on all the lights, walking around. There's fans everywhere. I can try to use the elevator like I normally do. The elevator's not working. I'm so confused. I don't know why the elevator's not working.
People could have been painting the fans.
I had no idea. So I started asking what's kind of going on. And I get a story. And this story, I'll lose it. I'll lose my shit for about 3.5 hours. So just because I want to hear, I call Noah. I'm like, Noah, you were here. What happened, Noah?
Oh, so Billy is your good old boy. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. He's a good old boy. All right. He tries hard. He's a good old boy. he picked up the job because he really enjoyed bowling.
Yeah.
Okay. And Billy had his own burger named after him by our chefs. He tried hard. So we ran into a bit of a plumbing issue. Minute, did not need to be addressed. It's by anyone but our maintenance manager. Billy decided to tackle this objective himself. And these are one of the industrial toilets he's working on. So
Oh, yeah. High pressure water here. A little backstory. Tried to do some electrical. He failed. He tried to do some painting. He failed. He just destroyed this thing I needed painted. He's 0-2. He's 0-2, and now he's about to tackle a high pressure industrial toilet designed to take 1,000 poops.
So this is where the story begins for me. Noah Bear here. So I see a frantic, sopping wet Billy running towards me, coming down the stairs. With every footstep, it's a he's frantic, eyes wide, says, "Noah, there's water everywhere." What do you mean, Billy? What do you mean? Upstairs, man, there's water everywhere. We take off. All right. I get halfway up the stairs. I see the water dripping. Great. I get up the stairs. There's a literally 2 inches of flowing water towards me. I'm like, dear, bless our lovely souls. We run into where it is, and the amount of pressure, I open up the door, and it looks like a fire hose is going off where it's drenched, trying to put a $50 size metal piece to plug this hole. You're joking. You're joking, dude. I'm my general manager's in there on top of someone else trying to find the water. We have at least 6 inches of water we're standing in, and it is so to solve. Every single trash can barely has a bottom in it. This trash can did nothing but project nasty,
protecting the walls.
Shit, water everywhere. There's nasty poop juices flying. I feel like I get the fuck out of there. Okay, I GTFO'd the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Ran. So about, I don't know, felt like 2 hours, probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes go by. We finally are able to shut this water off. We have running water down our elevator shaft. Needless to say, Billy, hired on as a maintenance person, failed to maintain the area.
Yeah, and I get sent videos of this because at this point this is the next day. I lose my shit. I'm freaking out. People are showing me videos. It's raining downstairs.
Caleb can't breathe. Caleb cannot breathe when I'm telling him this. And I'm not even a good storyteller. He is laughing so hard he can't breathe. It reminds me of The Office when Angela wants to hear the story of Dwight taking down Roy and saving the day. That's what it reminds me of. Oh, tell me again. What happened?
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And it's just raining water. I'm seeing videos. It's in offices. It's coming down the elevator. It's just water. It looks like the Titanic is sinking. The scene in the Titanic, that's exactly what it looks like. Oh, my God. It's just so good. It's so good.
Look at any, what are they? They're GIFs, memes, yubs, and all of them of getting water in the face. And you'll get some kind of visual of what we were able to see. I was able to see. Sadly, Caleb was just able to experience.
So sad I didn't get to see it.
Through story. So that was Billy. This next one tops the charts, takes the cake.
And just so everyone knows, these are not these people's real names. I'm not trying to get sued. Tina let me know. I had to let everyone know that we're not using people's real names here. These are not real.
Of course they're not. What do you think this is? Junior high, man? God dang. Cut your boys some slack and some damn credit.
Right. I should have said it earlier, but just in case anyone thought that we're evil, maniacal people, that these are not the people's real names. So let's talk about Kelly. Kelly, I'm going to take 100% responsibility for. I hired Kelly. I thought Kelly was
The
gonna be.
blinders were on, people.
Blinders were on. Take that as you will. Kelly, she was a sweet girl. She seemed all right, lived with her grandma. And I felt bad for her because her grandma had died halfway through training. It was in the middle of a string of thefts. This happens the little after she started. As always, everyone's putting it was a new person, but we couldn't prove it. And the whole time she maintained innocence. She truly made us second guess ourselves. I knew the whole time it was her, but there were points where I'm like, maybe it wasn't.
Blinders, people. The blinders were on, man. Come on.
Maybe it wasn't her. And this string of thefts, it went on for, I don't know, 3 weeks, right? Something like that. About 3 weeks. Before a bartender, we just had it. There were strings of searches because I was getting paranoid. I got tired of the thefts. I got tired of everything going on, and I had it. I had truly had it. So a bartender and I, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He comes back with a camera, and we put it up in a secret spot where we know, like, hey, shit's going to go down here. So there was a series of sting operations where I really knew it was her, but I couldn't prove it. And I didn't want to be wrong. So
until now, ba bum bum.
Exactly. So we put up the camera, and then one of the servers told me one day, it's like 2 days later, hey, I'm missing money out of my purse. I said, perfect. She was very confused. She had no idea. I'm like, yes. To her,
she's like, damn, you're an asshole.
Why are you being? She had no idea. So I go, I'm searching through the footage. I see Kelly. She's carrying toilet paper, I'm like, oh, it's just carrying toilet paper.
Bathroom check. A little bathroom check.
A little bathroom check. No big deal. So I'm scrolling through. I see her. I'm like, all right, she's carrying toilet paper, the bathroom check. No big deal. Then she stops. She looks at all the purses, looks around, makes sure she's well covered, and she puts down toilet paper, starts going through the purse. I'm like, oh, there it is, right there. I caught you, Kelly. So there's an officer assigned to the case because this is a big deal. Theft is a very real crime, and so I bring him in. I show him the footage with my GM. Call him up, and so we're going through it. I'm like, Kelly will be here tomorrow. I just want to. Is there anything I can't say to her? I want to make sure she knows this is a real thing. We're going to fire her. I just want you to take her out, do whatever it is you want to do with her. And he's like, no, you can say anything you want. I have watched a whole lot of crime dramas. So I'm like, all right, I want to get it out of her. I want to know everything that happened, just whatever.
If you can't tell, Caleb's, the hair on his neck just stood up. It was like a cat. He heard that and he's like,
I'm so excited because I found it, I detected it. I'm Batman right now. I'm about to bring down the criminal, like the criminal mastermind. She stole like $1,500 in cash. $1,500. She comes in the next day. I come in. I'm suited up. I'm in my ass whooping gear. I'm in my black Timberlands, my jeans, my fully buttoned up red flannel, hair slicked back. I'm ready to bring down.
He had a sawed-off shotgun with him.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
But that would have really complimented the outfit.
They really would have.
Looking like the Punisher in this bitch.
Like when the apocalypse happens and the riots happen, that's what I'm wearing with my shotgun. That's what's happening. So I sit down. Everyone's like, "Why is Caleb here so early? He closes tonight." It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Kelly comes in at like 10. So I'm there super early. I'm pumped.
He was doing some push-ups.
Right. I'm juiced. I'm so juiced right now, just on adrenaline. Like, again, I'm about to bring down the criminal. I sit down. Kelly gets there, and I have Noah retrieve Kelly. Kelly is on her way. Noah, how did you go get her? Was there anything you did? You had no idea what was going on at this point. You had zero clue. I say, go get Kelly.
I had a good inclination about what was about to happen. So obviously my adrenaline was pumping. It felt good. Caleb, you're not very in disguised here, bud. You set up a single table, a nightlight, you dim the lights, you had a waterboard in the back. We knew what was happening, brother. You had her a glass of warm water.
Okay, it was a little obvious what was about to happen. But
I went and got her. I said, "Hey, Kelly, can I get you over here? Caleb would like to speak with you." And I walked her happy ass right over there, and she was like, "Oh, okay." And
she was excited. She had no idea what was about to happen. So she sits down, and the tone just gets dark. I'm just dead faced, just just in the zone. So my GM, I go, Kelly, however you answer these next few questions will determine how you leave this building. She had no idea what was happening. So my GM, I'm go, I hardly ever ask a question I don't already know the answer to. That's hard as shit, by the way. That's some hard shit. Like, okay, the tone has been set. So they go, Kelly, there's a string of thefts that have been happening lately. Do you know anything about this matter? Kelly goes, no, I don't know anything. I know it's been happening. It's been happening to like the girls and the desk, and I really don't know anything. So I go, bold-faced lie. Are you aware that we have cameras everywhere in this venue? Kelly goes, oh yeah, I know. Okay, sure. So then I go, so corporate, they sent me the footage of the last couple weeks, and just scrubbing through it. Even 2 nights ago, I saw you taking this money out of a purse. What's that about? And she cracks the whole thing. Like, she just breaks, talks about everything. I'm like, that was too easy.
That
was too easy. So I'm like, yeah, that was too easy. So I go outside and, I call the officer. I'm like, all right, officer. Yeah, I've got Kelly. And, I'd just like you to, escort her out. Fire. She stole and all that good stuff. So I come back in, and Kelly's still, she's just crying. She's upset. And at the end of it, she's like, all right, can I go? And we say, no, you can't go. You're going to be escorted out. We don't trust you in our building. That's this very real thing. We don't trust you in our venue. So you're going to be escorted out. At which point she starts freaking out. She's standing up. She's trying to call her grandma. If you remember from the beginning of this part, her grandmother's dead. She went to a funeral. She brought back the bill. What's it called? The
obituary.
Yeah. So she brought back the obituary and all that good stuff. So she just called the grandma who died. At this point, I realized she is just not a good person, period. She's been lying to us the whole time. So she's freaking out. So I go outside to go just figure out where the officer is. I'm like, oh, she needs to go. Like, she's freaking out. And he rolls up. I'm like, all right, good to see you. She's in the back. He's like, is she compliant? I'm like, yeah, she's compliant and all that. So we start to go inside, and the GM comes out. You go, Kelly ran out the back, at which point Batman comes back into play, adrenaline running, like, oh, we're about to chase down a suspect.
Even though time out. Caleb is a Green Lantern guy all the way, not Batman. Just so I want you all to know, and I'm surprised he just did that. He going on and done that, and now, what's your real name, man? What's your real name?
Hey,
fine, continue. Tell me how you're gonna chase this Kelly down.
So we see Kelly. Man, now you got me all. I'm having an identity crisis. So now, we're looking for Kelly. We're walking, and the officer says, "Give me a description." Oh, I've said this a few times. I give him from the top to the bottom. I said, this hair in a ponytail, this shirt, these pants, these shoes. He's like, wow, that's descriptive. I'm like, yeah, it is. I've said it a few times. So we see Kelly. He says, Kelly, stop. She does not stop. She goes in a full-blown sprint in the direction. At which point I go, get the car. So the officer goes and gets the car. I'm feeling good right now. I proceed to go into full sprint. I am sprinting in my Timberlands in the middle of winter, snow everywhere. It's cold. It's cold outside. So I'm sprinting. I turn the corner. I see her. I go, come here, bitch. It just came out this way. I didn't plan this. This was part of the moment. Like, I entered this full facade of just taking down a criminal. So she looks at me. She goes, "Oh no!" At least that's what her eyes said to me. Her eyes said, "Oh no." So now she's weaving through the cars in the parking garage. I'm running after her full sprint still. She can't get away from me. Where she makes a fatal flaw, she tries to jump over a bush. It doesn't work. It's winter. She realizes she can't do it. So I just come up behind her full speed and tackle her. Just ready to go. And we hit the ground. We come up. I kind of flex a little bit. I shouldn't have, but I kind of flex a little bit.
Everyone was clapping from their balconies. There's apartment complexes. Everyone gets out of their car. Horns are going off.
It was absolutely wild. So she gets up. She's freaking out. Like, I just knocked the wind out of her. She's not prepared. She was not ready to get hit. She goes, "Oh, my God, I can't do this. I can't. Oh, my God, I can't go to jail. Don't send me to jail. Caleb, you're my favorite. Don't send me to jail." I go, "I'm everybody's favorite." Again, it just came out. It just came out of me. I don't know who I was then. It was crazy. So the officer, he rolls up. He came from around the other side. And Kelly's all like, "Oh, my God, I stopped. Don't send me to jail." The officer goes, "He tackled you. I physically watched him tackle you. You did not stop." There was no stopping. So he handcuffs her. And another officer rolls up. This was definitely the bad cop because she's talking and like trying to plead her out. And next cop just tells her to shut up. "You're going to jail." This dude was real. Like, he was ready to go. So I'm walking back. I'm like, "All right, I'll meet you guys back at the building." And I walk in. No one knows what's happening. I met you at the door. You saw me. What were you thinking? What went through your mind when I walked back through that door?
I can tell you what didn't go through my mind. I didn't picture you spearing some little girl into the snow. I can tell you that. What went through my mind was, well, I legit thought her ass was sitting in a cop car 2 spots down. And all of a sudden you come in big chested and red faced. And I was like, "Oh God, tell me about it." And you told me this lovely story that I will hold on dearly for the rest of my days.
It's one of my favorite stories to tell. I'm not proud of tackling a woman, but I'm proud of catching the criminal. I am. I'm proud of that. Needless to say, she was fired.
Yeah. I don't even know if I've told you this. Whenever you said, "Come here, B word," I wasn't mad, but it made me think of a RIP, Mr. Lukens, a 1-star TV show, a movie on Netflix called Thanksgiving. In the first 30 seconds is a turkey running down the center of the screen with a hatchet. And then some lady's giant breasts fall onto the screen. And he says, "Nice tits, bitch," and kills her. So I'm an honest person, and it's a little vulgar, but every time you told me that story, that's what popped into my head. This turkey running down. Nice. Nah. I've told the story many times. Beatrice, when you hear this, make sure you're not listening to it with anyone because she likes to ruin the punchline. She likes to ruin the story. So do not listen to it with Beatrice because she likes to ruin the story. Shout out, one love, #BYB, OKTT, okay?
So that's a few of our stories. You know, half of them we didn't actually fire, but you know what? The moral of the story is find the warning signs. If there are warning signs, just trim the fat. It's not worth it. You're going to spend too much money. Don't do it, and get rid of them. If you know it's not going to happen, don't try to put in the work because it's not going to work. So wrapping up, we got the server tip of the week, I'm gonna start this off. It's checklists. You know, I found this out when we first started recording this episode. Is checklists are very important and use them. Everywhere I've been, we've had checklists of some sort, whether it be just getting the system ready, making sure that everything's ready on stage, making sure the shift is ready, and just you're going through your day-to-days. I'm actually going to start making a checklist for this show because how important they are to make sure we hit everything we need to hit. So no matter what you're doing every day in your life, whether that just be making routines for your day, making sure you get everything done throughout your day, make a checklist, folks. Make a checklist.
Very good. Solid point there. Taking it on a serious note, seemingly silent service is my server tip of the week. I believe you should be able to stand, across from your tables 20, 30 feet away out of sight and look and know everything that table might need, and consolidate those steps. But you're going to pop in with the refill, grab the empty and head on out. So seemingly silent service, use it to your best of your abilities. On a real note, serving is not, it's as easy as you want to make it. So.
It is. And it lets the guests know that you care. That's kind of lets the guests know you care.
So happy days. Thank you for listening. Noey in the house. Better believe he's going to drop some bars for you in these upcoming episodes.
Oh, that's going to be a series on itself, is Noey's Raps. You can find us on Google Podcasts, Apple Music, Spotify, Stitcher. You can hit us up on lifeinsidecast@gmail.com. Tell us your show ideas, chat with us, give us a little Q&A. We're working on some other stuff to get the community together. But, start with that.
All right, thank you. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed and have a good one, folks.